Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. How is it? All right, D, not a problem. I have more than enough for all of them. Doris, this is about the time the trades start to happen. But let me ask you, if you acquire someone mid-season, this is always tricky. Can you reasonably expect that person then to continue and help you in the playoffs?
You know, I think you can, Kevin. I think some of it is how well does that person fit, both in terms of the skill set they bring to the table. Do they complement the pieces already in existence? And the other part is, maybe the unknown part is the personality aspect of this. Think back to Cleveland's championship, LeBron's first in Cleveland and the first in countless years in the city of Cleveland. Channing Frye. People will not necessarily associate him with that championship, but if you ask the Cleveland Cavaliers, that guy's ability to mesh on the basketball floor and bring the respective pieces of the puzzle together were crucial in that championship. The answer is a definitive yes, you can.
So what I'm hearing in your answer is that it's a lot on the floor, but boy, there's a lot to consider what they do off the floor in your lineup.
Yeah, both pieces important, no doubt.
So look at our starters for the Knicks. Porzingis and Gomez are together down low. Featuring out there, of course, as Daniels in at the 3 slot. Butler with the steal. They get it again. Towns score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
A second chance bucket, right? You have to put a body on Towns or he'll devastate you.
Here's B-Train.
Ooh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment. Teague gets to Wiggins. And there's the pass to Towns. Over Gomez. Misses off the right eye. On defense, the Timberwolves, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
Wiggins outside. Here's Butler. Here's Towns. Rebounded by B-Train.
Boy, a little too casual on the layup. Temporary loss of focus, not good.
For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Butler. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 here to start off the game. Here's B-Train. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Towns is screen on Morris. Teague the pass to Towns to stop the run. Porzingis with the block.
This guy is showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis a threat to block shots anywhere, anytime.
Pass to Gomez. Porzingis inside, working on Gibson. Sinks it, and the shot for Porzingis. Porzingis has got his first 2 points.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to play.
Spiked away. Here's B-Train. And here's Morris for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they shot the basketball.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are 2 teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Now that we have a moment, let's see who have been the top assist teams in the league this season. Number 1, the Knicks.
The beauty of watching this team is seeing the ball move around the court. It doesn't stick. That's why they're at the top of that list.
And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Wiggins has got 5 now. Pass to Beecham. And here's Porzingis. There's the screen. The pass to Beecham. Minnesota with the rebound. 2 points of the night.
Yeah, that's just Butler staying alert, right? He keeps his eyes up. He's willing to make the extra pass. This guy understands the game.
Screen by Porzingis. Here's B-Train. Oh, and that one, no question, powering it down.
That's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
Wiggins dishes to Towns. Over Hernan Gomez. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Wiggins. 6 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
And still varying opinions out there of what Andrew Wiggins can and can't do. But one thing that's indisputable, he's an incredible scorer. Whether half-court transition, he can flat out fill it up in a hurry.
And the foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. And Gibson kicks to Butler. The Timberwolves working the ball around.
Well, listen, this guy's somewhat limited defensively, but what you love is that Willie is giving his all-out effort.
Here's B-Train, defended by Butler. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
They set the screen. Dishes to Morris. 6 to shoot. And he banks in the layup. Morris has got 8.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Kicks it to Gibson. Teague with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Nuggets in Denver. And it's off from 3-point range. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Knicks.
And their offense centered around the three-point shot. That was the guiding principle on every trip. Their first goal was finding an open look beyond the arc, getting that extra point every chance they could.
Here's Butler. Offensive rebound. Here's Towns. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
That's just superb interior defense, not allowing him a free run to the rim.
B-Train passes to Hernan Gomez. Out to Morris. There's the 3. Second chance shot. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez has got his first basket.
Kev, quick to the punch. Good anticipation by Willie, that time owning the offensive glass.
Teague hits to Wiggins. He feeds it to Butler. And Teague has it in the corner. Gibson setting the pick for Teague. But they'll get another chance. Towns the screen. Teague kicks to Butler. Second chance shot. The kick out to Teague. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Left side, Porzingis. Back to Morris. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound in this one. Right side, Butler. The 3. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Now just a 1-point Knicks lead.
Well, despite the defender crowding his space, Jimmy Butler looks very comfortable in that contest. That's a pretty jumper.
And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. That is his first foul of the game. Chang, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Tyus Jones comes in for Jeff Teague. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Hardaway's checked in for Daniels. Hernan Gomez kicks to Morris. Here's the 3. It's not going to go for him. Timberwolves go the other way with it. 9 feet out, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more. And here are the Knicks now. They trail by 1. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Yeah, tough place to play on the road, and you just saw how comfortable they were shooting the basketball.
Amazing, Greg, that the hostile environment had zero effect. Instead, they embraced the challenge and absolutely shot lights out.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Of course, with every team now having shooters who can space the floor is such an important part of their offense. Who are some of the best players at taking advantage of that with the dribble drive?
Well, there are certain guys who you sit there and say, there's no way I'd ever want to be a lone defender in transition trying to deal with the ferocity of a Russell Westbrook drive, the absolute majesty of Kyrie Irving's handle, the combination of strength and athleticism of LeBron James. I just want to tell those defenders, you better step back, boys, and get out of the way.
You know, you make such a great point. As much as I admire the three-point shooting of Steph or Clay and majesty of LeBron, the dribbling ability of Kyrie Irving, to me, is absolutely jaw-dropping.
This guy does not have explosive athleticism. It's a product of clearly somebody who has always had the basketball in his hands. It's majesty and motion.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Looney. There's B-Train. Over to the left wing. Here's Looney, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. And the Knicks lead by 5. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Reed a screen. Crawford with the ball. Now guarded by B-Train. Crawford kicks to Muhammad. The shot from the low post is good.
The confidence is not an issue. Muhammad knows what he's doing offensively.
Here's Ntilikina. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. It's stolen by Jones. Crawford outside. No good on the triple. The Knicks leading by 3 to the paint. Here's Hardaway. Not going to go that time. Now here's Muhammad. Turned in an outstanding game against Denver. Outside, Jones. Back to Muhammad. Over Hardaway. Muhammad, no luck.
Well, it's been an up and down quarter for him on the offensive end. Mostly down, though.
Offensive rebound. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Yeah, there it
is. New York's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Wiggins at small forward with Gibson at the 4. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. Clear the backboard. And it's Towns in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, B-Train in the last matchup against the Trailblazers really lit up the floor. He had 43 points and ran the team as always with a big number of assists. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
Okay, David, no doubt he'll have the defense focused on him here after that stunning game last time out.
You better believe it. He'll be looking at double teams, guys up in his jersey all game long.
I think that's the way this guy likes it. He wants a challenge. It makes him more focused, more determined to show what a force he can be.
Out of bounds, New York takes possession. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
Well, you look at B-Train. He's definitely got a shot at making it to the top 4 slots this year. We'll just have to see if he ends up moving up.
Listen, I know this guy is hoping he gets the opportunity to be a part of it this year, and it would be a huge disappointment for him if he's not able to showcase some of those phenomenal dunking skills.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
Here's Towns. Porzingis with the block. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns. So it's the Knicks now. They lead by 4. Doris, when you watch Towns on the court, he is as large as advertised on paper, but moves and plays much more like a guard. It's something that you see more and more in today's NBA, and it seems like he's leading the charge.
No, agreed, Kev. This guy has an ability to handle the basketball like a guard, and that allows him to create separation with the bounce. He can hit step-back jump shots, spread the floor. A lot to like about his offensive arsenal.
And really one of the quickest guards in our league. Jeff Teague just puts tremendous pressure on your defense when he's attacking the paint.
Well, there's so much value in how Jeff Teague runs an offense. He's got great speed. He plays hard on both ends of the floor. I think any organization would be lucky to have this guy.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. And the book on T. Greg is to make him an outside shooter. You don't want him getting to the rim.
I mean, he's a good finisher around the rim. His outside shooting, although streaky at times, not bad, but not great either.
The Knicks leading by 7. And here is Morris. They picked up 24 points in their last run against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Really, he exposed a lot of seams in the defense with his passing, too. That assist total was impressive.
There's Porzingis. Rebound, Minnesota.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
T dishes to Wiggins. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. Tips it. New York's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Morris passes to Beecher. To the inside. Gibson with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Fires at the elbow. It'll go, and the New York Blues cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Butler.
Well, that's quick hands and a quick mind by Jimmy Butler. Creates the turnover, gets right out in transition.
Feeds it to Daniels. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Morris a screen. Off the screen. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Towns, the screen. T kicks to Towns. A jump hook. That one a little long.
Well, I wouldn't say the D was exceptional, but it certainly was enough to bother him.
And stolen by Butler. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Gibson. Another shot. Porzingis with the block. Morris kicks to Hernan Gomez. Daniels passes to Beecher. And it goes down 2 points. And now a 9-point Knicks lead.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
T dishes to Towns. The kick out to T. Gives him a screen. This one for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Hernan Gomez has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. B-Train passes to Hernan Gomez. New York moving it around. Passes it to B-Train. Just 5 to shoot. Shots good by Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez has got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Towns, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Porzingis.
You know, funny thing is, in his only season at the University of Kentucky, he didn't start. And yet Karl Anthony Towns becomes the #1 pick in the draft. So unusual.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Towns, the screen. Outside Butler. And at the top of the key, Towns. Outside Teague. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 8 rebounds in this game.
Boy, the way he's been going, he is not going to be the guy to turn this around.
B-Train, and he goes in for the dunk.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws.
Well, think of this. Back in 2011, Jimmy Butler was the last pick in the first round. He's gone from a guy with a reputation as hard worker to real star.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Zhang comes in for Taj Gibson, and Jones subbed in for Jeff Teague. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Hardaway's checked in, and so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And he just seemed to have a little more fire in the first quarter than he has in this one. And it showed in all the trips he made to the free throw line. Those have dried up.
And so it's Minnesota with it. Now Jones. 8 points his last outing. Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists tonight.
How about the skill level of Anthony Towns? I'll tell you what, the touch inside, it's a joke how good he is.
And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get red.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, scoring has not been an issue. How are you getting those looks that you want?
I appreciate it, DA. You know, my teammates have done a great job of finding me whenever I get a gap in space. You know, I know as long as I keep moving, I keep hustling, you know, they'll set me up in a position to score. And, you know, fortunately, I've been able to get a few to fall in my way the first half.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. What a game we're seeing from B-Train.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
You know, my favorite thing, Greg, I think he showed no fear in attacking the defense. He got on the interior with ease.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Knicks, Porzingis and Hernan Gomez are together down low. Morris is out there with B-Train, and it's Daniels in at the 3.
Well, the young Spaniard, Willie, a good finisher around the rim.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And his free throws are falling at a rate of only about 72% on the season. Not terrible, but listen, you obviously would expect him to do better.
Towns is double. Minnesota with the ball, and Gibson kicks to Teague. 6 to shoot. Wiggins from outside. Knicks with the rebound. On the wing, Daniels. The pass to B-Train. Screen by Porzingis. And he He's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Doris, so often we talk about high basketball IQ. Is that something you can learn, or do you have to be born with something like that?
I think it's probably a little bit of both, but if you look at someone like LeBron James, whose basketball IQ may be the highest we've ever seen, I think he's a guy whose basketball knowledge is always expanding. And I think if you love the game, you're constantly taking in information. So probably a little bit of both.
So you've always got to be curious, right? Even if you're at the top of the game like LeBron or yourself.
Right. LeBron is he's constantly taking in sources of information, upping his ante in terms of film watching and preparation. Really special to be able to watch that guy work.
And I know that's how you prepare as a broadcaster now. I'd like to tag along sometime and watch you prepare for a game. That'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be a blast.
A three from Morris, and the Knicks miss again. Timberwolves trail by 15. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Wide open look. Kept alive. Sinks it. And the shot from Porzingis. Porzingis has got his third basket of the night.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations, Tom Thibodeau, says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. To the left side wing. Lets the three fly. The rebound by Gibson.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You know, that's okay, I think. Even though they missed, they still have to be happy with the shot selection.
B-Train passes to Hernan Gomez. Towns comes with a double team. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Good on the triple. Porzingis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, Porzingis will make you pay if you collapse off of him.
Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, I think when you look at what Porzingis can do on the offensive end of the floor, you see why he is so dangerous, right? He's got a great perimeter shot. He's got unbelievable size and a great release point. And he has good control over the basketball, can put it on the deck and create for himself or his teammates. That's a lot to offer.
Minnesota making a switch here. Reed's checked in. Teague dishes to Butler. Back to Teague. Jacks up a three. A putback, and it's Towns on the follow. Towns has got 19 points.
Well, he's just having a lot of fun. When your offense is going like this young man's, Karl Anthony Towns knows no bounds.
Here's B-Train, defended by Butler. Morris passes to B-Train. Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Offline with his three. Timberwolves trail by 15. Butler kicks to Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Well, he's got the wide shoulders, the natural balance. Andrew Wiggins taking the hit and finishing.
Outside, Porzingis. He kicks it to Daniels. Here's B-Train, defended by Butler.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in, build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Towns, no luck. The Knicks leading by 15. Here's B-Train. 24 points for him. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Porzingis kicks to Morris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Doris, when you watch Porzingis on the defense, Minnesota's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Jones dishes to Crawford. Towns the screen. Shot off the pick. Crawford, no luck. The Knicks have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Morris passes to B-Train. Here's Looney, and the rejection by Towns.
Well, his value to this team on both ends. Not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
Here's B-Train, guarded by Crawford. Hardaway kicks to Grant. Fires from the wing. Jump shot is good that time. Grant's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, Grant has put in a ton of work in the mid-range, and you can see the results right there.
Jones kicks to Crawford. Stolen. Here's B-Train, guarded by Crawford. That one drops for him. B-Train's got 26.
Well, he's one of those guys who's kept their offense clicking. They're in front thanks in no small part to what this guy's done.
Crawford dishes to Towns. Up and in on the layup.
Boy, he's carrying his share of the load tonight, Kevin. But he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
Morris passes to B-Train. The feed to Grant. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Doris, it's been said that you started playing basketball in the second grade. How did your love of this sport become so evident so early?
Yeah, you know, I moved to the Jersey Shore when I was 7 years old. There was a park right next door. And, you know, I'm the last of 8 kids. My family didn't have a ton of money. But, boy, all I needed was a rim and a basketball. And I could spend 6, 7, 8 hours. My mother used to call me back in from the park to have lunch or dinner. I just spent my entire childhood on the hard court next door dribbling away.
Were you naturally good at it, or did you feel like you had to work at it, or did you just feel like I got a knack for this?
No, I think, you know, obviously when you play the game from 7 years old, you pick up on a lot of the nuance. And as in anything, you have to work hard at something to be good at it. And
right.
It didn't feel like work because I love basketball.
It shows even now. And Muhammad kicks to Towns. Poked loose. Hardaway with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Here's B-Train, and he goes right over Tyus Jones and slams it down.
That's how to throw it down with a flourish. Guys, windmill that baby home.
Oh, you're right, and he does it on the reverse just for good measure. Towns, a screen on Morris. There's the dish to Muhammad. Butler on the wing. To the middle. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
You can see the improved upper body strength of Gorgui Zhang that allows him to finish through the contact, get to the free throw line. Nice.
And New York making a change here. Hernan Gomez is checked in. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Right wing. Some nice passing by New York here. Morris passes to B-Train. Hernan Gomez kicks to Morris. 5 on the clock. New York needs to get off a shot. Towns with the steal. Butler doesn't get it to drop for him. And so it's the New York Knicks sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now we take a listen into the recent huddle from Tom Thibodeau.
When all we're doing is thinking about our offense. Not playing any defense. Can't win like that.
Tom Thibodeau obviously frustrated, wanting to see more stops on the defensive end.
And no doubt about it. The best teams are those that can kind of hunker down when they need to and force the other side into taking bad shots.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Jones and Butler in the backcourt. Down low, it's Zhang and Towns. And it's Muhammad in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. There's a screen. A three from Morris. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. He dishes it to Zhang. But they recover it. Now here's Muhammad. The fadeaway. Morris with the rebound. pass to B-Train. And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. This is to Morris. Again, the miss by Morris.
In the first half, he was on fire from range, but he hasn't knocked one down since.
Outside Butler. Kicks to Jones. Towns, the screen. Back to Butler. Muhammad on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
What you love about Muhammad, his hands are always ready to catch the ball and his mind trained on the bucket.
B-Train passes to Morris. Here's B-Train, defended by Butler. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And the Knicks lead by 18.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Jones kicks to Butler. Now here's Muhammad. He's tightly guarded over Daniels. And Muhammad gets it to go. New York leading by 16. Morris passes to B-Train. In the corner, Daniels. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Muhammad dishes to Jones. Muhammad a screen on Morris. Jones kicks to Zhang. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Pulls it up. Jones, no luck. Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Daniels. No good that time. Timberwolves go the other way with it.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Towns, the screen. Here's Butler. Kept alive. Morris against Jones. Towns, the pass to Jones. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
What a quick lead by Towns, always keeping his head up.
Minnesota making some changes. Gibson comes in for Gorgie Dang. And Andrew Wiggins is subbed in for Shabazz Muhammad. Porzingis is checked in for the Knicks. Here's B-Train, defended by Butler. Basket good. Hernan Gomez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
I'll tell you, he's relentless right now. He's going straight at the defense and knocking down a lot of shots in this quarter.
Towns sets the pick for Butler. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
Now that's textbook how to create space coming off the pick. Jimmy Butler with the size and quickness to take advantage.
Porzingis with a screen on Jones. The pass to B-Train. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line. That one is on Towns.
Well, you just look back on the history of the New York Knicks and what rich history and tradition they have as a franchise, the different eras, the different groups they've had, some of the more memorable teams in NBA history.
Teague is checked in for Jones. Teague kicks to Towns. Over Porzingis. Towns, no luck. The Knicks leading by 15. In the corner, it's Morris. Here's B-Train. He feeds it to Morris. It's stolen by Teague. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. 12 points for Andrew Wiggins. And thinking back to great players and teams from the Knicks, Doris, you can look at teams in any decade and find memorable players.
Well, listen, if you're talking about the 1970s, it's Willis Reed. You're talking about the 80s and 90s. You're talking about Bernard King, Patrick Ewing, Allen Houston, the great Pat Riley at the helm. And more recently, you're talking about the likes of Carmelo Anthony. The Knicks have had some ballers in their history.
Teague on the double team. it's the Timberwolves now. Here's Hernan Gomez. Count it. And he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Boy, the consistency he's had tonight has been impressive. Really steady from the field.
Towns the screen. Teague with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Down low. Trying to find Towns. Gets it to him. And the call will be against Hernan Gomez. That'll be his second foul of the game. And here is Teague. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. And another three for Minnesota.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
There's the pick. Here's B-Train. Hustles off the pick and hammers it home.
Now.
Also, truly one of the best.
And great, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Yeah, run your offense with that kind of precision. Not much anyone can do to stop it.
And it's Butler missing. The Knicks leading by 10. Now Morris. Porzingis with a screen on Teague. In the corner. Daniels. Buries the long-range jumper. And the Knicks lead by 13.
And when you're down this many points, it's hard to justify leaving a good shooter that wide open.
Right. If you want to get back in the game, you simply can't afford to let long-range shooters get comfortable.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the trip.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. There's B-Train, defended by Butler. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two.
Well, he's in there battling, and Willie likes contact, doesn't back down, draws the foul.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
And that one's good. Wiggins.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now for the defense because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
It's stolen by Teague. Outside Butler, tries it from 19, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 9 assists now tonight.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
There's B-Train. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Teague dishes to Gibson. Butler kicks to Towns. Shot not blocked.
Travel.
The shot, no good. Nice D from Porzingis. Oh, Morris in position. That's the beach. New York moving it around. And stolen by
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Wiggins outside. Puts it up from 12. And yep, only drops after rolling around the rim. 18 points for Butler.
Well, so the in-between area, early in Jimmy's career, that was his bread and butter when he couldn't get to the hoop.
There's the pick. Back to Morris, over Teague, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there. Timberwolves trail by 8. Outside Butler, Gibson the screen. Teague for 3. And that's collected by B-Train. B-Train's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Morris with the bucket. Minnesota calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, Greg, no resistance, right? They're allowing them to get any kind of shot they want close. That simply can't happen.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, B-Train.
And what an amazing ball game.
Played shit early.
It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I listened to Tom Thibodeau talking to his team during the break. He does not like the high foul number in this game. He told them, you've got to stop fighting on the shot fake. Stop gambling for steals.
Oh, what?
Giving them easy points at the line. We'll see how they respond.
This, to me, is how Butler hurts you. The athleticism, the strength, the body control, draws the whistle, still finishes the play.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
There's a screen. Morris passes to Herring Gomez. Feeds to Daniels. 5 to shoot. Easy layup after coming off the pick. And the Knicks lead by 9.
Yeah, sets the screen. You see Willie with a strong base and the toughness to hold his position.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
New York's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Morris outside. Again missed by Morris.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
That's an example to me of the attack mindset of Jimmy Butler. Puts it on the deck, draws contact. Simple.
He hits the first one, and that proves that within.
He got 22 points. He had 14 not long ago.
And so he makes both from the line. So it's the Knicks now.
He had 11 not long ago.
24 points. Morris outside. Over T. Again missed by Morris. Timberwolves shooting the ball at 42%. Towns the screen. Higgins the screen on Morris. And looks like the little pick was
about time.
That'll get their attention.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. You'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
No, I didn't either. I thought his feet were moving. It was close, but he was still sliding in just a bit.
I should have shot that.
1:27 left to play in the final quarter. Singers passes to Beecher. 6 on the shot clock. On the wing, Daniels. There's B-Train. She's covering. And the turnover did not get off the shot before second violation. Timberwolves trail by 7. Outside Butler. He kicks it to Towns. Outside Butler. And once again off the mark on Minnesota. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would see it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
There's B-Train.
Oh, what a block.
By Towns.
And really nothing they can do now. They just got to play this one out.
You know, it appears that this one is absolutely done. No sense wasting energy trying to come back. When your stars shine bright in the toughest moments, Towns the look of a superstar.
So they foul intentionally. And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, and both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
A very productive trip sitting on a nice lead now.
And the Timberwolves ball time. They trail by 7. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nails the play.
Wow, finding more ways to score if that's possible. Pounds now burning guys off screens.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game. Here's T.
And whatever play they run has to be quick.
No time to waste. They have to score fast and then foul quickly.
And it's Wiggins missing. And now they decide to foul intentionally. We're on the first, and that makes a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Jones kicks to Muhammad. Crawford outside. Lets it go from deep. He can't get it to go. So it's New York picking up the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road. With that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Haley, Dorisburg, and David Owen, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
DJ, great game. The guys back in the studio want to do an interview with you.
Thanks.
This is Shaq. Nice win you guys were able to get there. What mentality did you guys have down the stretch trying to hold on to that lead?
That's a great question, Shaq. You know, I think we just did a great job of trusting each other to do what we had to do in order to secure the win. And nobody started playing hero ball, and we just built off every play until it carried us to the end. It felt really good to play some solid team basketball like that tonight.
That was a really good, solid answer.
Thank you.